What it do? What it do? Welcome back to Jay's Mowing here on the good old YouTubes in the world of YouTubes. There's a guy I've watched before. I've started wanting to start a lawn care business when I was doing pressure washing. I was scrolling through the YouTubes this morning on my old channel, watching old people I used to watch stuff, and his video popped up. And a lot of you guys might know him. I'm not gonna name drop him. He'll probably watch this and comment on it. It's fine. Said that he's getting out of lawn care after being in it since 2018. I watched the video. What it comes down to is, let me tell you something. I know it's my first year in lawn care, but I have been in the pressure washing industry for 5 years now. Okay? And if you think lawn care is hard and people price low and it's hard to get business, you have no idea. Okay, I'm in my second week and we've tripled accounts. I can't tell you how easy it is for me to sell lawn care jobs compared to pressure washing jobs, because people they don't absolutely need pressure washing. It's a luxury service. And there's guys out here that'll go wash a house for 50 bucks. And I go out and my minimum was $300. And my close rate got as low as 20%. And if you don't know how much that is 2 out of 10 calls, I only closed 2 of them, maybe 3. So if you think that lawn care is hard to get work, to get jobs, to get the price that you want to get, you have no idea. He can't compete with 16-year-olds coming in at $20 a cut while he's at 60. He won't drop his gate for under 50. I understand. And I've had a bunch of people, like, I'm giving out quotes for like $130 a week, $240 a week, $95 a week. I'm closing a lot of the 90s ranges, but I'm also getting a lot of like, holy crap, you know, and they're just not my customer, and I move on, man. Now, if you're strapped for cash, that's one thing. Look, if I had been in business since 2018, doing top of the top quality work, I had the Google Maps built out since that long. I had the reviews to go with it. I had the equipment. I had everything ready. Your number one mistake would be, why are you staying on the truck if you're complaining? A lot of people, and here, let's bring it back. I'm kind of sporadic because I'm driving, and I don't have I'm just off the cuff, okay? You just got to take it how it comes. If you're worried about the teenagers that come out here during spring break and get 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 of your yards when you're doing 40 plus a week by yourself, they're not going to last. They're not going to have the same type of quality. Some customers won't care. Some will, and they'll call you back up and be like, hey, sorry, and then you can be like, well, we got to go up $5, you know, make it a consequence for them. And they may go with somebody else. That's fine. It blows my mind that somebody, instead of being like, I'm going to hire 2 guys. I'm telling you, as soon as I hit 20 accounts, we're hiring a guy. 15 accounts probably. I could use a guy right now. We're hiring a guy. He's going to be doing the weed eating and blowing. I'm going to be mowing. As soon as I get to probably 30 to 35, 40 accounts, I'm going to hire another guy. And he's going to be mowing, and the other guy's going to be weed eating and blowing. And guess what I'm doing? I'm going to get another truck. I'll be in this truck, they'll be in the other truck. They'll be pulling that trailer and that setup. I'll then be out selling more jobs. You should, the natural progression for a solo operator that doesn't want to have the employee mindset, I'll get to that in a second. He's in the employee mindset. He wouldn't got a job, all this stuff. And I'm not trying to make enemies. I'm just telling you, after being in the service business for 5 years now and seeing what it takes and all this stuff, and seeing multiple people get in and out of the industries, different industries. Now it's lawn care. I'm seeing it on other YouTube channels. It's the same thing. People say the same stuff. There's no money in it. I can't compete with these guys. I can't. Well, I can't. I hear I can't. That's your number one problem. Anyway, the natural progression for the lawn care and pressure washing side and tree service side and all these other businesses. I got friends that have tree services now, grew from just stump grinding. Like, here's the natural progression. You start out solo operator, maybe your first 2-3 years, maybe. However long it takes you, depending on how hard you're pushing the pedal to get more customers and get more yards, get more profitable yards, not, compete at the bottom. And you're upselling, you're able to upsell additional services, stuff that's not going to get in the way of your schedule as a solo operator. Like make a day, like today's Thursday, I got time that I could do like a mulch job. Have a day where you can do upsell services as a solo guy. And the natural progression is to hire out and delegate. Look, this is my business mindset. This is not the employee mindset. I need to hire and delegate. I need to hire and delegate the labor instead of working myself to death and trying to also do the sales and marketing. Hire out the labor when you can. Then you go into a full-on sales and marketing owner role. Okay, this is the natural progression. And then you build out more crews if you want to expand. My goal would probably be in between $300,000 to $500,000 a year business. I'd be okay with that, but I could push for the $1 million. You know what I mean? Depending on what the profit margins look like. But to be like, the comments were, the replies I got were, I don't want to work myself to death after I recommended hiring out and leverage other people's sweat and equity. That's too hard. That is working too hard. It blows my mind. Anything you do, you're going to have an excuse for why it's not good. Anything you do. And right now, especially, I don't want to work myself to death. I don't want to work hard. I don't either. And I'm not going to. I'm going to hire out and delegate when I feel like, I'm killing myself working this hard. If you think that it's hard work to hire employees, then you don't need to be a business owner. Go get a W-2 job, go get 2 W-2 jobs, and work for somebody else that is able to do that. I mean, it just blows my mind. Well, I know why it blows my mind, because I'm not in the employee mindset. What it comes down to, he's probably been an employee all of his life. Yeah, he's had his lawn care business. He's went full-time, self-employed. You're still an employee for yourself. So yes, you have the employee mindset. You can't seem to get out of the employee mindset. You feel like you have to work for every dollar you do. You have to put in the sweat for every dollar you do. I'm at the dump. Let me dump some stuff real quick. Okay, I'm leaving the dump. I had a bunch of cardboard that just built up, and I left it in the back of the truck, and finally brought it up here. It's free to dump cardboard in the recycling bins. Anyway, so I'm very passionate about this, man. And there's nothing wrong with staying solo, but don't have the mindset that if somebody comes in on your $60 yard and some 14-year-old on spring break comes in like, I'll do it for 20 bucks with a push mower, and he's mowing for hours, don't be like, I quit, I'm done, I can't do it. Listen, that is a quitter mindset, dude. You got to have more mental fortitude than that. I mean, dang. Like, it bothers me some when somebody says, oh, I can't do 95 bucks for an acre. I just can't do that. I'll call you back, let me talk to the wife, whatever. And then you follow up. I got an automated follow-up system and stuff. Follows up 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10, 15, and then eventually they're like, yeah, we found somebody cheaper. I'm not gonna be like, well, I'm done, I'm throwing in my hat. Like, that's shit. Guys, don't go into starting a side hustle, starting a business. Don't go into stuff with a piss poor mindset. That's what it comes down to. You either got what it takes or you don't. And he kind of outed himself. You know, I enjoyed his videos to an extent, but what's going to happen is he's going to start this irrigation business. He might get through this year. He might get a few clients, whatever. He's working at this W-2 job, so he's good on cash. He's going to sell out all of his lawn care equipment. And instead of having lawn care be the bread and butter of his operation with the revenue and upselling irrigation sales and having his mow crew do the mowing and he does all the irrigation, which he wants to do, he's going to sell all this stuff. He's going to go into irrigation. I know how this is going to go because, you know, again, I've been in the pressure washing business, which is a luxury service. It's so much harder to sell, you have no idea. Wood staining, wood sealing, concrete sealing at $1 a square foot. Try selling a 3,000 square foot job for $3,000 on concrete and come back and tell me how many of those you clear. Anyway, back on topic. He's going to go start this irrigation business. He might get a few clients. He might stick with it 2 to 3 more years on the side of his W-2 job that he says he likes. And then it's going to be something else. There's just not no money in it. I get like maybe 2 sales per 10 calls that actually come in. I made a mistake, guys. I shouldn't have sold my lawn care business, but now it's too late. Yeah. And then he'll start lawn care over, or he'll just get a W-2 job and kind of vanish into the dust, into the shadows. That's what's going to happen. And I know this because if someone build up a bunch of accounts, a bunch of reviews, and get mad because people are constantly coming in at bottom dollar and they don't have the mental fortitude to keep going and hire out and get out of the employee mindset, get out of the self-employed mindset, become an actual business owner, delegate and hire positions for the business, grow top line revenue, grow and then have profits, grow profits by upsells, and then get you and maybe another guy and hire out a landscaping and irrigation crew, then you don't even need to make YouTube videos. You don't need to make a YouTube video. You don't even need to be in business. Man, go get a W-2 job that has overtime and make all the money you can possibly make working for somebody else with a cap on it because they'll only let you work so much. Whatever. You know, it's fine working a job if you don't have what it takes. But it just pissed me off, man. And I got to make the video. This is not going to be the norm for the channel. I'm not being negative. I'm just telling you, I'm very passionate about it. Don't go into any business, anything, any service. Local service is one of the hardest businesses out there. Okay? It's hard. And don't reply to people that actually give you genuine advice and call them low IQ, you're not realistic. I can't stand. I had an ex back in the day that used to tell me I'm not being realistic. Dude, that's like a trigger word for me. When somebody tells me I'm not realistic, I'm not being realistic. Oh, man. Pisses me off to no end. Anyway, I'm not being negative. I'm just telling you guys and kind of ranting a bit. Don't tell people they're low IQ, they're not being realistic. What else? Everybody else is saying I'm right. Guys, we live in our own echo chambers. People don't like being told the opposite of what they're saying. So they go to their flock and their tribe that's like, oh man, you're right. People are just racing the bottom. I got out lawn care too. Blah, 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 blah. It's just unreal. All right, that's it. I'm gonna quit ranting. I'm gonna go into the hardware store, get a couple things, and it's pretty sunny today. It's gonna be in the 60s. It's gonna storm tonight, so I'm gonna go put out some door hangers. I'm not gonna record it. I'm just gonna bang out about 300. Take about 3 hours, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.